Welcome back to another episode of the Brighton Career Mode here on FC26, where we are getting nearly halfway through of Season 4 here. We currently sit first in the Premier League. We lost our first game of the last episode. It was a simulation against Nottingham Forest, which I thought was in 18th, but they're all the way up in 4th. So I don't know what's happened with them. They've either had a complete turnaround somehow, which I don't think that's possible, or I just read 18th and they were actually 8th. I think that is what probably happened there. We currently sit first. We are tied on points with Aston Villa, who sit in second. Technically, we are 6 goals ahead of them in that regard there. Everton, who was sitting in second, they are now in 7th, but they are only 4 points behind us. It is very tight towards the table. There's not that many points in it. In fact, I know for sure we do play Aston Villa in today's episode. I believe we also play Tottenham and we play Everton in this episode as well. But we do have Derby County in the Carabao Cup. We obviously have Southampton to get through first, which we'll go and quick sim that one. As far as something else in the transfer window, setting up the transfer window, we have 83 or 80 something million left in our budget to spend. I'm not really looking to spend it, but I also am looking to spend it. A certain man that gets by the name of Charlie Lampolo's cost of loss has been lackluster, to say the least. He's been very lackluster. It's hard to do what Robert Lewandowski did, but even in that, an 85 overall player should be doing better than 9 goals in 20 appearances, in my honest opinion. So he has been loan listed. We are going to look to loan him out in the winter window, and we are going to look to bring in another striker either on a permanent basis and spend some money, or loan and maybe even force a loan in for the season there. I know Balogun is decent, but he's not starting striker quality, but he will start into these episodes for sure. Development plan wise, his finishing is not bad. I guess we could theoretically put him on a finishing plan, and I guess we'll do that for now. So yeah, I guess he has now into January or until when we get a loan offer for him to impress us. But it is Southampton versus Brighton up first, and we will go ahead and quick sim it here, and Brighton win 2-1. And well, we might be forced to use Balogun anyway. Kostelos gets injured in the 84th minute. Ethan Waneri scoring the winner there. MITOMA in the 30th. In fact, Arnold Martinez gets a straight red card in the 24th minute. But yes, Kostelos is injured, and injured enough to come off of the field. So we might have to look for a new striker anyway without having to loan out. The question is, how long is he going to be out for? A player injured, he is out for 6 weeks with a groin injury. So he will be out. He's gonna be out long enough for us to not be able to really loan him in. So that's annoying. So we might just look at a striker and have 3 strikers, or loan out Balogun in that regard then. And here's your starting lineup to take on Derby County here in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. It's Gotts, it's Balogun, it's Rooney Bargy, who I didn't sell in the summer. He's going to get a start here to shut him up, in all honesty. Rutter at cam, Richie and Vadella in the midfield holding it down, with Svensson, Branthwaite, Raul, and Rico Lewis as your fullbacks and your center backs, and then Cooper obviously in net. I'm not giving game time to that youngster. He is simply an emergency signing. We will look to loan him out in January when Verbruggen comes back, which Verbruggen should be back probably midway through January, maybe late January, but we'll look to loan out the other keeper at the start and maybe even just sell or release him. And Florian Balogun is in behind. Balogun makes it 2-0, and we are into the semifinals of the Carabao Cup. Quick sim here, risky quick sim against Crystal Palace, and it will pay off. A bossy brace, the center back. We'll go ahead and score the brace, and it's a winning brace as we beat Crystal Palace 2-1. Now, they were 6. That was a very risky break in sim, but we'll take it. It is Brighton versus Tottenham. Now, I feel like I should have played Crystal Palace instead of Tottenham, but it's Tottenham, and I want to destroy them. Only change is obviously Balogun in there. No unforced changes. Kuleveski into Odegaard into Tell, saved by Cooper. Out wide for MITOMA. MITOMA crossed in. It is Nico Paz headed away, cleared away. Balogun on the second ball. Anderson. Nico Paz is through, and Nico Paz is through. It was meant to be in the air, but it might work on the ground. It won't. It should have. Balogun out wide for MITOMA. And MITOMA now down to the left-hand side. And MITOMA, oh, okay. Why did he slide tackle like that? Don't know, don't care. MITOMA, look at Kostalos. There's not even Kostalos. It's Arnu Martinez. And Arnu Martinez, he made a fantastic run. Just couldn't finish his dinner. That was a fantastic ball. If that's an attacker, it might be 1-0 Brighton.
That's a good ball.
Oh, that's actually halftime as well. We're in the second half now. It's 0-0. I didn't realize how quickly. I was just hitting spamming X, not looking at the screen. Balogun, Nico Paz into Waneri, and Ethan Waneri. Ethan Waneri saved by Bento and out for a corner. Wow. I mean, wow. That was just well worked. It was a pass into Javi Simmons. The keeper thought he was going to shoot it, but even though he wasn't facing the goal, passed it back to Papa Malangsar. Keeper's out of position. 1-0 Tottenham. Balogun. And Ethan Waneri. And Ethan Waneri now. Can you find Balogun? He does. And Florian Balogun, ex-Arsenals, taking down their London rivals of Tottenham. It's 1-1. Ethan Waneri. And Ethan Waneri tried to curl it in that one. He couldn't. Stop trying to take me off of Waneri. I'm not taking him off the field. He is better than Minta. Hell, I might sell Minta in winter. Oh, Papa Malangsar could be through here, but the Kuiper read that and recovered well there. Now out wide for MITOMA. MITOMA in for Balogun. And Florian Balogun is saved, and it's out for a corner. Still not taking off Waneri. Don't care what you say. MITOMA on set corner. Martinez on the header. He missed an earlier chance. Can't connect to the header on that one. Felix Nemecha looking to chase him down. I don't know why Anderson stood still there, but he did. De Kuiper wins the ball. Now De Kuiper. In for Rutter. And Georgina Rutter held his run. Made the run. Scored the winner. Brighton Hove Albion 2. Tottenham 1. That is what make titles title winners. Late goals, able to pull out wins out of the bag, even when things get a little tough. Anderson, Balogun to really put the cherry on top here. Florian Balogun, Van der Ven did well there defensively. But that is a 2-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur. Massive. We stay top of the Premier League table. Come on. Aston Villa is up next, though. That's a big one for the episode. Aston Villa dropped to 4th here in the Premier League. They are now 5 points behind us. It is Man City back in 2nd position there, only 2 points behind us. Arsenal is 3 points behind us. Everton are 6 points behind us there as well. So a massive win here could see us put a gap and probably put Everton out of contention there. We do have our Carabao Cup semi-final opponents as well. We are playing Nottingham Forest in the semifinals of the Carabao Cup there, so it's Aston Villa versus Chelsea in the other semifinals. We should not easily, but we should be able to get to the final of that competition. Let's get into it. Aston Villa versus Brighton Hove Albion. Here we go. Ter Stegen is a keeper for Aston Villa. Back out wide for Waneri. Cross comes in for Florian Balogun. The ex-Arsenal players are linking up really well so far today's episode. The chemistry is there, even though they didn't play with each other. Actually, no, Balogun might have played with Ethan Waneri in the youth systems. Maybe. It's unlikely, but it's possible. We sign another striker. Like we properly sign a striker or loan in a striker. And instead of loaning out Kostalos, we loan out Balogun. That way we don't have 3 strikers. Udogie! What a finish that is. Aston Villa 1. Arnu Martinez, Van Hecke, Bassi, Nemecha, Anderson. Out wide for Waneri, and Ethan Waneri now. Cross in for Nico Paz. A heavy touch for Nico Paz. Nearly got a corner out of it, but didn't. Cuesta, Arnu Martinez, Anderson. Balogun out wide for Ethan Waneri. MITOMA's back post, but Ethan Waneri will cut in. A great shot, a better save by Ter Stegen. Anderson, Nemecha, Paz, trying to keep possession. Now wide for Balogun, down for Ethan. Ethan now, Anderson, Balogun, can he find, oh, no mind, he'll find MITOMA. MITOMA will look to turn, spin, turning and spinning, spinning again and again. He'll find Felix Nemecha. Nemecha trying to find Anderson, but that was a poor pass. Halftime down 1-0. That turning and spin with MITOMA actually threw me off so much. De Kuiper. MITOMA. Balogun. Into MITOMA. And MITOMA now, who's been a little bit quiet as a recent, has the equalizer here against Aston Villa. It's 1-1. It's only his 4th goal this season, so everybody around the board is quiet this season. Into Anderson. Anderson into Nico. Nico out wide for Waneri. And Ethan Waneri now. Can he find Balogun? He does! And just like that, Brighton Hove Albion have the lead. It's 2-1. 2-1 for Brighton Hove Albion. In the Metro, yes. Nico pause. MITOMA, he has the opener. He'll have not the third. Nearly had the equalizer. Nearly had the seal dealer. So Balogun picks up a yellow card. Minta coming on for MITOMA, who's kind of been decent this episode, or this game at least in itself. And Rooney Barshi, he gets the bench spot for Kostalos, and he comes on the field for Ethan Waneri. And I did not take on, I thought I put Georgina on, but I did it. I put on Videla for Anderson, though, so there's that. Nico Paz out wide for Rooney Bargi. Look at that ball from Nico Paz. And Rooney Bargi's making that run. Rooney Bargi going to take it himself. And Rooney Bargi trying to prove what he can still be worth here at the club. It's 3-1. And it's Rooney Bargi, the outsider, looking in. It's his first game in the Premier League this season. And it's his first goal, obviously, in the Premier League this season. 1 game in, 1 goal. De Kuiper. Shot blocked. It'll fall to Minta. And full time, Brighton Hove Albion 3, Aston Villa 1. Quicksim here against Fulham to end the calendar year. Georgina Rutter in the 66th minute scores the winner. Nemecha opened it up for us after they went down to 10 men in only the 3rd minute. They went down to 10 men for pretty much the entire game. Only 3 minutes, 2 minutes really, if you want to count it, because it probably happened in the 2nd minute. Yeah, well, Everton going to the new year, sitting in first, 5 points clear off of Manchester City. We are looking to loan out that goalkeeper Marks. He is going to look to loan out. I still don't know what I'm doing striker-wise, because Balogun's actually been quite decent. And so, obviously, going into the new year, we are 5 points clear off of both Man City and Arsenal. We are 8 points clear off of Aston Villa. We are 9 points clear off of Everton, which makes me kind of want to sim past Everton and not play them again, and possibly play against either Cardiff in the FA Cup or Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup first leg, or even skip all of that and go down to PSG in the Champions League. As far as what I want to do with striker situation, I'm still not sure. Hold on. And instead of simming it, we are going to save some time and quick sim it in our 2nd loss of the season. No, it's a draw. It's a first half draw. O'Brien took the lead in the 26th minute for Everton. We scored in the 29th, and it was 0-0 from there. So 1-1 on the score sheet, and we might not stay top of the table, actually, thinking about that. Well, I was on a phone call when this happened, so I couldn't talk over him actually joining the squad. If I remember, I actually play it over this now. But Luis Openda joins the squad on loan from Barcelona. So we will go ahead and bring in a striker on loan to kind of overlap Kostalos in all honesty. Balogun, however, at the moment deserves that starting striker spot. So he will have that starting striker spot. Kostalos is coming back in 8 days. Our aim is still be able to loan him out. So that is our aim, to loan him out. I might even try and loan out Rooney Bargi as well. Maybe get him some type of game time somewhere else. He has grown. That is insane. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with Rooney Bargi. But yeah, there is that. So FA Cup action against Cardiff City. Do we play Cardiff in the FA Cup? Or do we play Nottingham Forest in the in the Carabao Cup? I think we play Cardiff City in the Emirates FA Cup. Cardiff City versus Brighton with realistically our strongest team. We are getting Coop back. We are getting Verbruggen back soon. We're technically getting Kostalos back soon, but by the time we get him back, or when we get him back, we should hopefully looking to be not selling him, but loaning him out to a club to hopefully get some game time. But we have put him on a development plan, so that almost makes me want to play him. In all honesty, Nico Paz, a deflected pass into Balogun, but Balogun will keep possession of it. He'll keep it in play as well. Nico Paz gets a foot to it before the keeper crashed it into him. And Brighton Hove Albion have the lead 1-0. Balogun did well to keep that in play. Nikopaz did well to stick with it and follow through. And we open up our FA Cup journey this season with a Nikopaz goal. I mean, just look at that. Balogun kept it in play. Found Nikopaz. Keeper was literally inches and centimeters away from touching the ball at a minimum. But 1-0 for Brighton Hove Albion in the first 10 minutes. Anderson, Nikopaz, Balogun into Waneri, and Ethan Waneri now down the right-hand side. And Ethan Waneri shot blocked. Halftime, 1-0 up. Lackluster first half, to be completely honest. It's been dominant, just not in the final third. MITOMA, Balogun, and Florian Balogun starts the second half here as we start the first. 2-0. Nikopaz into Waneri. And Waneri switches it over to MITOMA. MITOMA now crosses it in, and Florian Balogun hits it wide. Nikopaz, MITOMA into Florian Balogun, and out wide for Waneri. And Ethan Waneri, it's off target, but it does not matter. Brighton Hove Albion win 2-0 here against Cardiff City. 2 early goals in each half of the game is enough to get the job done. Other than that, it was, despite the scoreline being 2-0, it was dominant. It was very dominant. Scoreline could have represented 5 and 6-0, and you will not badge an eye. Into the next round of the FA Cup we go. And we end the episode there. When we come back, we'll have the Carabao Cup semifinals. We'll have continuation of us trying to win the Premier League and hold off some of these top teams like Arsenal, Man City, and even Villa as we sit first in the Premier League. We will also look to get into the top 8 and finish in the top 8 of the Champions League here. We have a very important game against PSG. That is going to be up there as well. And then we have Atalanta, who's currently sitting in 20th as well. So they are looking to keep in there. Liverpool are recovering slightly. They are the last team in at the moment, but they have 2 tough games to at least confirm that. Napoli are going to look to try and get back up in there, as well as FC Mine, Slavia Praha, and Lech Poznan are all winless so far in the competition and are looking on their way out of the club. As far as what's going to happen next episode, I believe Mr. Verbruggen is coming back. He's back in about 2 weeks, no, 12 days, so yeah, 2 weeks. And then we obviously have Kostelos coming back in about a week time. So there's that. I will see y'all there tomorrow. Yep, leave a like, subscribe, peace out.